For some reason the lighting and color looks weird on this. I'm gonna have to make some adjustments here. Cut! Wipe. Good morning and welcome to yet another video from my hobby table, bench, whatever it is. Anyway, this is a Facebook Marketplace steal video. And yes, I did use the word steal because that's what I believe this really was. So, without any further comedy, or an attempt at comedy, let's look at the table and I'll show you exactly why I say this is a Facebook steal. So, on the table, I just still seem to have a weird lighting thing going on here. I've got nothing different here. Anyway, on the table you'll see all of the items that I just received in the mail. Yes, this was actually mailed to me, which was kind of cool too. This is a $100 Facebook Marketplace deal. And we're going to go through each of these items very quickly here. And we'll just start here with these propellers. All of these propellers are brand new. Well, looks like that one's been mounted one time. This one looks like it's been mounted too. So what I've got here is an interesting one because it's a JZ Zinger, I guess that's what it says. It's hard to read on that, what that says. That's a Zinger. This is a 1310 wood prop. I didn't even know they made such pitch props in wood. So that's an interesting prop. Here's a 15.8 Zinger. Yeah, this is a little bit larger, so it's easier to read that it says Zinger. 15.8 wood. I use 15.8s. That's a good 120 four-stroke prop, and maybe some other sizes. Maybe the size for this. Here's a master air screw one that looks like it's a 13 by something, but it's been mounted, so I don't know. I have a feeling that's just a standard 13.6, I believe. It looks like a 6 pitch. And then here, actually that looks like maybe that's a little bit bigger pitch than 13, because here is a Zinger 13.8. And I'm trying to see, maybe this was a 13.8 too, because the pitches look pretty similar. So we got 4 props there. I'm saying maybe those 4 props were, I don't know, 15 bucks total. I mean retail if you were to buy them. Then we got this really strange thing here that could be a subject of an old school video, because I saw these advertised years ago. I never used them because I thought they were a gimmicky piece of crap. So this is Hobbyco's 90-degree Z-bend pliers. This is a single-purpose tool designed only to make a Z-bend in a control rod so that you can put it on your servo. Silliest thing I've ever seen. I wonder if there's a price on it. I don't see a price on it. Let's take this out real quick and see. And maybe we won't take it out. I don't want to rip the box. Oh, there we go. Z-bend tool. Now, so here's the kicker with this thing. Single-purpose tool, made in Taiwan, and it says easily shapes 1/16 inch diameter music wire. That's it. You try to put anything bigger in there, and I don't think it'll work. So that's why I say this is a silly tool, but hey, it's a tool, and how can you go wrong with a tool? If nothing else, you can use it to start your engine with, because it's got rubber grips. So here, I'm going to save that one for last. Here is a spinner, an aluminum spinner, nice spinner. It's got one of the washers in here, a spacer, and it's a larger spinner than I have, but this is all I got with it. But have no fear, because the other one I got is right here, and all of the same spacers and screws and nuts in this, which is a 2.5 inch aluminum spinner. This looks like a 3 inch, will work. So now I've got a larger spinner, and maybe that means that maybe this opening is a little bit larger, and maybe it would accommodate some higher pitched props. So this is cool. So this is like $25 item. I have no idea what those Z-bend pliers would have cost. This is like stretchy fuel tubing for a fuel can thing, but I have no intention of using this. I don't think there's any way I can use this for much of anything, because I just don't do those types of things, so that's kind of useless. This, something I could always use more of, 3/32 standard silicone fuel tubing, 3-foot length. I like getting fuel tubing. This is the, I'm going to put this more in the center here. This is a strange device. And if anybody can tell me what the hell this thing is, that would be really incredible. So I pull it out here and it's got this little, it looks like a gripper thing. I'm probably going to have to really zoom in on this. There's something that comes out, but it doesn't like expand like you're going to grab something without my magnifier. Oh, you know what it is? It's a drill bit. There's a drill bit on the end of this. What the hell would this be used for? Going in someplace and drilling a pilot hole? I don't know. Okay, so this is a strange little retractable drill bit thing. I have never seen anything like that before. And I can hardly imagine there would be on a market for that, but that's that. So, the steel part of this engine, or steel part of this Facebook deal is right here in front of us. And as you can see, it's an OS engine. Now, on this label here, says $219. This label here says $349 from Hobby Horse. Now, Hobby Horse was, I don't think it's still in existence, was a hobby store in Madison, Wisconsin. So, let's open this up and check this thing out. So what we've got in here, I didn't show you, is what it is. It is an OS 91 FX engine. Two-stroke engine of the FX series. So what we've got here is the typical FX exhaust. Now this is a used engine. It's not new, but we're going to get into how used I think it is. It's got a little bit of stuff on here right now that looks like it's being pretty easily wiped off. So this should clean up really nice. So there's our exhaust. Here's our engine, which again, kind of sticky. It turns over. Look at the side of the piston there. It looks really new. It looks like maybe it's been run once. Maybe it hasn't been run at all. Maybe this is all just the protectant oil from the manufacturer. I don't know. Because it feels pretty smooth. I mean, on this side, look at this. There's all kinds of stuff there, which I don't know. I mean, if it had been run, why would there be goop there? So, I mean, the other thing is it had to have been run because I don't think it would be this gummy and sticky if it hadn't, if it was a brand new engine. So, what I'm probably going to do with this is heat this thing up, throw some oil in there, free it up even more. I mean, the cardboard's free, and it's got these engine screws, or the muffler screws there. So it's complete with that. And I know, yeah, that's not going to just come off, but we're going to have a remedy for that soon too. So this is it, a 91 FX engine. Now I had one of these before, I owned one of these before, featured it on the channel, and then I'm not sure exactly if it was when I moved from Florida or what, if I sold it, got rid of it. I loved this engine. This engine kicks ass. I mean, these are really nice running engines, and the beautiful thing about this engine is it's ringed. And I've always loved the FX series of engines. This one's a ringed engine, which means unlimited longevity, especially since I can replace bearings at will. So this is cool, but let's go back to the box. Because remember what I always say about when you get a used engine in the box. Always, always look underneath. And let's see what we got under here. Now, I already know what we got under here. Look at this. Look at this. First of all, look at this. It came with, this is one of those weird little things, a throttle extension thing. It's a little stiff cable that the OS was putting in a lot of these engines at the time. And then it comes with some rogue screw that I'm not sure. That's a screw that's been cut off, so I don't like to see that. That's a concern. But anyway, so here's the manual. And the warnings, the decals. But this is an interesting manual because it's a booklet. It goes into quite a bit of detail. It's got a lot. It's Japanese and English. So, I mean, this is really a cool ass manual. That was all the Japanese stuff. Now here's the English stuff. So it's been used because somebody's highlighted things here too. So, but the final note on this Facebook steal is this. What does this look like? It looks like a receipt, a purchase receipt. What does a purchase receipt tell us? It tells us the date of purchase and the price, and that's what's so awesome. So this was purchased from Hobby Horse in Madison, Wisconsin on the 20th of December 1999 for $219.99. And here's even a signature of the person that purchased it, and I can't tell what that name is, but there it is, Hobby Horse. It was at 1769 Theater Road, Madison, Wisconsin. 1999. Now I'll have to go and consult with my OS Engines timeline on the wall and see if 1999 was actually the year that the OS 91 FX came out. I believe it was. That sounds period correct to me. So it looks like this engine was purchased new in box, very close to being local here, about 74 miles south of me, and possibly a two owner, because the person that sold this got it from an estate sale, I think, sold it to me. So I never can figure out how the hell does the exhaust go in here first, and then how do they do this? Anyway, I'll just put it in there like that for now. So you will be seeing more of this engine, obviously, in the future on the stand, and maybe even a quick look inside if I decide that it doesn't feel quite smooth and silky enough after I heat it up and oil it. So anyway, that's your Facebook Marketplace steal video for today. Hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day.